Now that we are done with the doctor's body, hair and eyes, it is time for the cravat. And to make the cravat, we are going to need some blue yarn. So find your beginning. There we go. Make a slip knot, like that. And I didn't actually write down how long I made it, so we're just going to see. This is very simple, it's just a chain, so like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, and about 80 chains later I have a cravat of sufficient size. And I know it looks way too long to be a cravat, but when you tie it, it actually takes up a lot of space. No, length. So this is about 80 chains, if I didn't miscount, and then just cut it off. There we go. And tuck in your ends, which I assume you know how to do, so I am just going to do that off screen. The next step for our doctor is the coat, which might be one of the trickiest steps, but I trust that we can do this. So you are going to start once again with a slip knot. And we are going to chain 20 chains, so that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's 20 chains. Now we are going to do 3 single crochets. So we're going to skip this first chain. I'm not too sure why actually, but every pattern that I ever followed did it, so I'm going to do that too. So that's 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and 3 single crochets. And now we are going to chain 5 again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to insert this chain into our previous chain, and we are going to do that in the 3rd chain, starting from where we chained off. No, in the 4th actually. We want 3 in between there, so it's 1, 2, 3. So that's here, and just insert it like that. And now we've got a nice big opening for our arms to go into. Right, so we single crocheted that into the chain, and now we're going to single crochet 6 more chains. So that was 1. There, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Right, and now we're going to mirror what we did here, so that's 5 more chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So once again we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and insert that here in the 4th, You can see that I messed up because these chains are stretched a little bit, but that's okay. You can mess up if you want to. And then 2 more single crochets in the last 2 stitches. So that's 1 and 2. So if you did that right, you have a perfectly mirror, almost mask looking thing. So that's 3 single crochets here, 5 chains, and then 7 single crochets, 5 chains, and 3 single crochets again. Right, now to turn our work, we're going to do 1 more single crochet and another one. And this last one is a turning one. The previous one is so that our coat will go like this, right? So when he wears it, it's going to go like this instead of like this. I hope I explained that well. So we're going to single crochet in the first one here, and now we're going to do a single crochet in every single one of these stitches. The final stitch here. There we go, and now we're going to chain 2 more. 1, 2. And this is a pattern that we're going to follow for 1, 2, 3 more rounds. So single crochet in this first chain and in every single crochet of the round before, and chain 2. So for 3 more rounds we're going to follow this pattern, and then I will see you back. Alright, when you've done that, you should have something that looks a little bit like this. So now you see what I meant by going in. So if you fold it like that, it does go in like that, you see? Right, the next step, the next 3 rounds, we are going to just do a single crochet in every stitch with 1 turning chain instead of 2 like previously, okay? So I will do 1 round, 1 row I mean, as an example. So that is 1, 2, 3, and the final one, and now just 1 turning chain. Right, do that for 2 more rows and then I will see you back. Right, when you've done that, your coat should look a little bit like this, and when you grab your doctor, it should come right about where you changed color for his trousers. Next step is we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to stop halfway through. So that should be 13 stitches. Alright, so that is 1, 2 and 13. There we go. Alright, and now one more turning chain, turn your work, and now we're going to do one single crochet in every stitch except for the last 2. So that is 1, 2 and 11. And now we're going to single crochet these last 2 stitches together. So we do that by doing this and this, and then pull through both of them, and then pull through like that. And we're going to do a turning chain, turn our work. Now we're going to do one single crochet in every stitch until the last one, and a turning chain. And the last one, and a turning chain. Right, now we are going to repeat that pattern, so single crochet in every stitch and single crochet the last 2 stitches together, turning chain, and then single crochet in every stitch until the end, turning chain. That pattern we are going to repeat 3 more times, so that is 6 more rows. Alright, single crochet in every stitch, single crochet the last 2 stitches together, turning chain, and just single crochet every stitch, turning chain. That 3 more times. Right, once you've done that, I will see you back. Alright, and we are done, so we can cut this off. Just like that. Now, we are going to do the exact same thing, but with the other side. So make yourself a slip knot, like that, and then insert your crochet hook into this side of your coat. Like that. And now you're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through. And now repeat everything from when we were here. So do 13 single crochets and just exactly what we did with this flap. And once you're done, I will see you back. Alright? So good luck, and until then. And another lighting change later, we get this with 2 flaps at the bottom. Right, now we're going to make a sleeve, and ignore the fact that I already made one. That's just because that would be easier for me to film. The sleeve, as you can see, is also in black, so grab your black yarn here and make a slip knot, as always, like that, and then insert your hook in this hole that we intentionally left here. So insert it like that, and single crochet inside of that stitch like that. Now we're going to single crochet inside of every stitch surrounding this hole. Okay? And I don't know about you, but I can never tell in these cases where the stitches are exactly. So I just find a hole and I poke my hook through, and I hope that I end up with something that looks decent. An alternative way to do these sleeves is by just crocheting them independently of the rest of the coat and then sewing them together. But and I think most of you, hate sewing, so we're doing it this way. Because the less sewing the better, I think. There we go, that is our first round of the sleeve done. And now we just treat the sleeve like it were any other round, and we do a single crochet inside of every other single crochet. So I'm going to mark my first stitch as always, like this, and now I'm just going to do a single crochet into every single crochet of the previous round. And in total we want 9 rounds, so your sleeve should be about 9 rounds long. And bear in mind we already did the first one and now we're doing the second one. So after you've done this second one, you're going to do that for 7 more rounds. Just one single crochet inside of every stitch. And then we are done with the coat. So when you've done that, I will see you back. And there you go, your sleeve is done. You can cut this off. There we go. Now just repeat that for the other sleeve, exactly the same amount of rows, and then your coat is done. Now all we have to do is tuck in these strands of yarn. You do that by using a sewing needle, and just hide these strands of yarn, because, well, we don't like them, do we? And cut that off. And do the same for your other strands of yarn, and I'm going to do that just in a snap. So our coat is done. Now let's throw that onto our doctor. And there we go. This is our doctor with his coat on. It turned out a little bit longer than I would have liked, but that's okay. Right, now the next step is to get his cravat on, which I am fairly bad at tying. Also, I don't know how to tie a cravat in the way that the first doctor did, so I'm just going to do a simple bow tie, I guess. Not exactly sure how you call this sort of tie. Knot, I mean. There you go. That's his cravat done. Now, his facial features. Because we already did the eyes, we only need a mouth, and optional is a monocle. Let's start with the mouth. You're going to need some thin black yarn. I think this is technically very dark grey, but it does a trick. Cut off a fair amount of thin black yarn. Grab your sewing needle. There you go. Alright, so to sew on his mouth, insert your yarn like at the back of his head and make it come out where you want the corner of his mouth to be. And then insert it where you want his other mouth corner to be. Make sure that is the same height, and then make your needle come out again where you want like the bottom of the arch to be, if that makes sense. And then you want your needle to go through that loop. There you go, you see how it becomes like a smiling expression. And now insert your needle again into his head, right underneath where you just made it come out. And then make it come out somewhere like that. There you go, a lovely smiling mouth. You can cut this off here. And when you've got like a little bit sticking out, just push that back through with the bottom of your needle. There you go. And now he's got a mouth. If you want to make him have a monocle, grab yourself some white or grey thread. And I hope this is enough. And do exactly the same, but only in a circle instead of in a bow. Right, and you want his monocle to go on around his right eye. So insert that somewhere else, just like before. Then make it come out like in the proximity of his eye. Don't pull that too tight, because otherwise your yarn will escape. And just sew like in a circle formation. Don't know if you can see the white very clearly against his pink skin. And there we go, that is his monocle done. Cut off this thread here. Our doctor is finished. Maybe you want to tie his cravat a little bit better than I did, but for the most part, that is our doctor completely finished. So if you made it this far, give yourself a pat on the back for me, because I am very proud of you. And join me next month when I will be making the second Doctor, aka Patrick Troughton. So I will see you then. Until then, goodbye.